Alright. What's up, everybody? We are here with a banging map that has been highly recommended as one of the best maps in recent weeks. Let's see if my investigative reporters are true or not. This is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's herO, who has been playing so many good games lately. His opponent, Dark, known as the most entertaining player in the world in the last 2 years, because he has made so many draw games, so many comebacks, so many crazy gambles. But herO on the other side, opening out with a gas first, a very greedy build. That tells us he's skipping his probe scout. For those who don't know, herO has recently become the #1 PROTOSS player in the world. That's right, he took the #1 Ligulac rating spot off of Zest. And if you look at his match history, you might not realize, because he's been playing so many different tournaments, but herO has beaten Rogue his last 3 run-ins with him. herO has taken out, I think he took out Dark before this as well in an online cup. He's beaten Cure, Dream, all these guys so many times. herO is right now on an absolute tear, and that's awesome because herO is an absolute psychopath. I was saying, hey, this guy's a real dark horse to just win, maybe not win, but get top 4, top 8 at Katowice. That didn't end up coming about, but I was saying, dude, he's so good, man. You guys have got to really check out just how good herO is. He's such a bloody beast, man. And he plays a very gambly, aggressive style. Yeah, you got to put a Cybercore down after that Nexus, mate. So he's going Nexus into Cybercore. Because he skipped the Scout, you can see his Cybercore is going to go down at a very crisp timing. And he's already been mining with 3 workers on gas this whole time. This is a very, very efficient opening build order. Of course, it's weak against 12 pool because he has no scouting. Zerglings could be running in right now, depowering this pylon, and he would have to pull all of his probes to fight it to try and repower his gate on the low ground. But he takes the gamble. Dark does not 12 pool. He goes for a hatchery first, and so we find ourselves in a bit more of a normal situation. Two queens and now Zergling speed on the way as well. Stalker is pumping out of that gateway. He's rallying that one up. Pylon up in the main base. So Stalker first and Warp Gate, but he's still going to play Stargate? No? herO? Hello? What are we... He's only got 2 guys on that gas. He's already pulling off the other... What is this build? And he's going for a sentry? What is he doing? herO is going for a 2-gate into a 3rd base, I think. Okay, alright, wow. And a 3rd gate. Oh, he's going 3-gate with no tech. Oh my god. Okay, herO is playing some super creative, weird shit, guys. This is going to be so weird. Dark is playing super stock standard, takes a quick 3rd base, droning, building a 3rd queen, building overlords. So he's going to use a hallucination to kill this overlord and then get a scout. He's already chrono boosting Warp Gate multiple times so that he can go, and he's actually 4 gates, and a robo now comes down. Interesting. I mean, it feels like he might just go for a Warp Prism and do a big gateway all in that hits at the 5-minute mark, but I feel like you'd want to get the robo earlier, and that's why I still think this is going to be a 3rd base. Look at that, though. He does get out of there. The Stalker in the sentry, letting that Overlord escape. He's going to go for hallucination, but Dark saw the sentry, gets the Overlord out of there. This is not great for herO if you can't get that kill. Dark right now is like, okay, I've seen a sentry, I've seen a Stalker. This is going to be something where I just need to make sure I don't get caught off guard by some sort of big ground attack. So he should really have his Zergling spotters out here on the map and be trying to drone as greedily as he can, but be also thinking about stopping at about 40 workers, making roaches from there to be safe. Hallucination comes out. As I said, herO way too late on that hallucination. His sentry already 30 energy past the use by date on that one. Warp Prism's on the way. 4 Adepts coming out. These Zerglings of Dark should be able to see this coming. Dark is on 35 workers. He's got a 2nd gas and a Roach Horn coming up. He's building a 4th queen and even a 5th queen, so he's going to have some good anti-air there. Adepts do cancel their shade. herO, what is this build order, man? He's back on 3 on each gas in the main. Hasn't gassed up his natural. Hasn't taken a 3rd base. I mean, it's a 4-gate Prism upgraded Adept timing? What the hell? 10 Adepts, no glaives on them. But do you need it when you're hitting this damned early? Double gas goes down behind it, which tells us he might be going Robo Bay after this. Dark has got his first 3 roaches on the way. He's going to try and make Ravages, but he doesn't actually have the gas for it yet. So he's going to try and do Zergling Surround, and the Ravages are going to try and land big biles, but his Ravages aren't ready just yet. Warp Prism going towards the main does kind of distract right now. The Queen's coming in, getting a bit of damage done on these Adepts. And is he going to commit to the Shade? He does go for it. He goes for the Shade there. Lots of Zerglings are out, though. No bile going down just yet. He does try to throw it, but good dodge. It ends up just hitting Zerglings. Adepts are in the main at the same time. Wriggling on out of here is herO. herO with a crazy opening, but he hasn't found the damage just yet. There's still 40 drones up. He's only killed 2 of them. He does okay versus the Zerglings, but those Roaches and Ravages are a big problem for him. The Warp Prism's going to go down. Oh, nice catch there by Dark. And look at that. The Adept's getting surrounded. Even the drones doing decent damage. They then disengage. The Roaches and the Lings clean it up. And this is a complete shutdown. These 2 Adepts are here. I mean, I guess hero's up on workers. And he is going... Oh, he's doing 2-star Phoenix behind it. This is such a dirty build. This is such a dirty build, guys. Ooh, okay, he shades on in. The Adept is going to take out another drone there. Can get even another one. Not bad. This little bits of follow-up damage. This is often how it is against Adepts. When you're Zerg, you think you've held it, and it's like the last 2 or 3 Adepts that kill a lot of stuff. Nothing to shoot up right now for Dark. He wants to counterattack, but of course all you need is enough units on the ground to defend the Zerglings, and the Phoenix will be able to pick up all of the Roaches and Ravages. Now, the Overseer is going to come in and scout. The Phoenix are going out right now. He's trying to hide it, and he's going to go after the Ravager, right? Yeah, definitely going to go after the Ravager. He's like, hello, Mr. Ravager. How are you doing, dude? Hello. And he does get the Ravager there as well. Okie doke. All right. Overseer there getting shot down by the Phoenix. And Phoenix here are going to try and dance in towards the main base. We've got Queens en masse. 7 Queens are out, going up to 9 Queens. That many Phoenix should be able to kill it unless the Transfuse gets down, and it does. Nice Transfuse. hero's going to have to back on out. I don't think this game's gone hero's way, guys. He loses a Phoenix. The one thing is that Dark's economy does suck right now. 48 drones, so any damage these Phoenix do is going to be really hard to recover. You can see here the Phoenix flying down there. Gonna at least bait out a whole lot of Transfuses if they want to keep these Overlords alive. The Queen's a little too slow to move south there. And some Transfuses do go down. The Phoenix are no longer being built, so it's just 5 Phoenix off this 2 Stargate transition, which is not as many as you'd expect. He's going to grab 1 or 2 drones, but oof, do not want to lose those Phoenix. Lings are on the 3rd base. That's going to go down. Oh no! This is a disaster for herO, who's trying to pressure with this handful of gateway units, but as you can see, herO is incredibly messy with his playstyle. He's all about aggressive tendencies and keeping the pressure on. He's going Disruptors right now. The Phoenix almost get another Overlord, but not quite. Another Overlord getting Transfused, but at least this is keeping the Queen energy low. As I said earlier, that's like one of the few things it's doing. Dark's at 54 drones. If he just gets 1 more big round of drones out, I mean, he's in the clear. He's got Roach Speed +1 on the way to deal with ground units. His Lings are keeping the army pinned back, stopping the 3rd going up. He's got a Spire almost finished. And honestly, I mean, yeah, you kind of want to go Corruptors because there's Phoenix, but I actually might just go straight Mutas if I was him. Because these Phoenix are kind of sacrificing themselves. They're getting stuck in between a hard place, and one of them does go down. And if you can just surprise him with like 14 Mutas, maybe, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide. For Dark right now, probably just keep focusing on Roach, Ravager, Zergling, and just wait for the right moment. If you do go 6 or 7 Corruptors, you could kill the Phoenix and then start doing PP on the Nexus. If you can P on your opponent's Nexi, that can be really effective. Infestation Pits on the way. 4 Corruptors going to come out to help deal with that. 63 workers for Dark. Now, Dark's still not that far ahead on supply, and that's because he keeps thinking hero's about to all in him, because he's got unupgraded gateway units. Well, he's got such a shit force. Surely it's got to be an all-in, but herO is not going for an all-in. Here come the Disruptors. Spready, 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 spready. Oh, okay, 8 drones. Not bad. That was a very good pick-off by herO. Does get a bit of damage. The 4 Phoenix in the main. That's 2 Spores. He'll have to go for the natural where he can tank a little bit of it, but Corruptors will give him a hard time. Dark with the focus fire doesn't let himself get any picked off. Chases those Phoenix away. 9 more workers are on the way. Dark trying to drone up and get that lead. This is still a very basic attack coming his way, and Dark might be in the middle of building too many Corruptors and drones. He's gone 7 Corruptors. He's going up to 75 workers after losing 8 of them. The Disruptor drop comes out right now. Oh, he manages to hit the Queens and the Ravagers, but he does lose both Disruptors, so herO there. I mean, when you try to teabag your opponent, guys, it does expose your nuts to getting slapped, and a bit of a sack whack from Dark does do big damage there. Corruptors are going to pull back. The Phoenix going to try and do a bit of damage to the Corruptors. The Stalker's there as well. A Disruptor up front. Oh no, that Disruptor up front. Can it land? Oh my god, it lands before going down. All of the Phoenix are gone, but there's just not that many units left on the ground, and Dark is incredibly clumped up. Oh my god, 5 Ravagers to a Disruptor shot. Oh my god, this is such a shit tier army for herO. But Dark just threw away all of his good units, all of his Ravagers. He's now pulling drones, but he's got no damage behind this army. And Dark here has massively misread this game. He took way too long to drone at first, and then he droned way too hard against a guy who had no transition whatsoever. I cannot believe herO might actually break him with unupgraded Stalker at the 10-minute mark. Guys, it's a pack of unupgraded Stalkers, an Immortal, and a Disruptor. Shit armies don't get much more shit than this, seriously. herO is right now, he's trying to discount bargain bin Dark. He's like, excuse me, sir, can I just pick you up from the $2 box? It says you're on special today. Dark's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm one of the best Zergs in the world, man. Can you go eat a dick? herO is like, no, mate, because you've already done that. The Prism does cancel the warp in, dodges the Biles. Stalker Disruptor is still there. I can't believe this is working, man. This is so ridiculous. He needs more Roaches and Ravagers. There's still hope for Dark, but it's not that big with that Disruptor out. If he can get rid of the Disruptor, but good pickup with the Prism. Drops it, throws it, only gets a single Roach. Good plays by Dark. Remember, there's no blink here, guys. The Roach Ravager will get rid of the Immortal unless it gets saved. Well played, dude. No blink, but he's just doing spreadies with his Stalkers. Oh my god, if he could get rid of the Immortal, it would be huge. There's one Corruptor here. Stalkers rally in. Nice F2 from herO as per usual, but herO's got a third up, and he's on 50 probes versus 37 drones. He's going to start an 11-minute Twilight Council. Oh, man, this is, oof. Wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. He's still got a Speed Prism Disruptor drop. One very slow Corruptor, unable to keep up with that. And Dark is in a pretty bad spot. He's got a lot of Roach Ravager, though, so he should be able to recover. And yeah, herO's doing a very smart thing by taking a 4th here. Look at that. Picks up. Got one Immortal, one Disruptor in there. Does get out. If herO didn't take a 4th base here, he would actually be in a bad spot. So this is a situation where a lot of players show really bad understanding of the economy in Legacy of the Void. And in herO's spot, they would just double down on tech. The thing is, right now, he actually doesn't have a kill timing. It's Aegis Blink is done. Aegis +2 is done. He doesn't have a second Robo or Colossus going. His best bet here is to actually build probes and that 4th. Now, he's not even building probes. He's just building the 4th base. And he's using the Disruptor to kill creep tumors like a Chad gamer. But I really think probing the 4th up is the best thing he can do to get ahead. And the reason is he needs time for these upgrades to kick in to make these units better. He also should be going second Robo to round out his army. Now, herO, of course, some have said he's short-sighted. Some have said he's short-sighted. I say, no, he's not short-sighted. He just chooses not to think about anything beyond 2 minutes from now when he can kill his opponent. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's making sentries and stalkers. He's making some probes now. And I'm still surprised that he's not really adding any other tech. No Templar Archives. No second Robo. Just stalkers, sentries, and I'm going to attack you again. I've got disruptors. You still don't have a good answer. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. This is going to be just that. He's got stalkers warping in there. One muter and one corruptor ain't going to cause too much damage to him by any means. The Ravager is going to try to hang on. And ooh, one roach does go down. Not too bad. Now, obviously, as Dark, you might have to give this base up. The ball's zoning him out right now. Blink is not quite done. There's one more disruptor there. He tries to drop it forwards. Oh, herO, you silly boy. He loses 2 disruptors for that. Dark happily cancels the hatchery. Dark, meanwhile, is taking a P on his base. And these muters on the left side manage to get 5 probes. And all 3 of the muters get out as well. Dark doing a lot with a little. He realizes that because herO likes to F2 and doesn't know how to use control groups, he should struggle in this scenario. One stalker will come down. Guys, a corruptor does 35 damage a second. After 5 seconds of pissing, its piss beam actually levels up and does a crazy amount of damage. Dude, if that killed this base, that would have been so silly. But look at that. Ah, no, the muters. Okay, you will lose 2 of those muters. Oh, only 1, actually. So we can still come back to be annoying later on. Infestors are on the way. Lately, a lot of Roach Ravager Infestor has been Dark's comeback play when he's behind in this matchup. And it's really cute if you think you're going to be facing lots of Zealot Archon, but against this army, it can work because you can kind of hold them in place. And oh, he really wanted to kill those disruptors with that. Doesn't quite get it. Only gets 1 stalker. He's going to have to cancel this hatchery. I think that top left base is looking a lot more attractive right now, if you ask me. Charges coming in, +3 weapons as well. Dark is down on economy, up in, well, he's not even up in army supply. He's just behind on everything. 2 Ravagers do go down there for the Disruptor shots. The Disruptor's a little bruised, but still functional and still capable of impregnating Dark's army with big explosive Purification Novas. Ooh, dodges the fungal as it's about to land. Nasty, nasty. Zoning Disruptor shot ain't gonna find much. Just gets a creep tumor there, but Dark, it's all about having some sort of wizard engage right now. You need to show your abilities with magic, man. This is not going to be about any standard fight. It's about landing the best biles of all time. A bile landed in his own army. Looks like he did do 1 misclick. Nice fungal bile on these stalkers on the bottom, but I think he's just too outnumbered. herO, the Chad Gamer, is going to jump on top and absolutely annihilate him. As always, herO bringing out the silly, ridiculous, and beautiful builds. We've got to do a quick build review of this, guys, because honestly, when I see a play like this, I'm like, what am I even looking at? So if we go right back, let's take a little breakdown of what the hell we just watched. First things first. So it looks like a pretty standard opening, except he was greedy at the start. So he did skip the scout, but obviously we could do the same build order without skipping the scout, right? It would be all right. It would just be a little bit slower. But he says, I'm going to skip the scout. I'm going to go standard, Nexus, Core, second gas, second pylon, real standard stuff. And he's going to go Stalker. So he chronos a Stalker. That stops the Overlord from scouting any deeper. So it basically means, hey, you can only see the natural. He then chrono boosts the Sentry. Now, here's where herO makes some really basic noob mistakes, where he should rally the Sentry back there and leave it up there until he's got energy. But instead, what does he do? He leaves it in vision of the Overlord for a second there, because he wants to show it. And then he keeps putting it here. Now, what he's not paying attention to, guys, is this is actually high ground. This is high ground. So the Overlord can fly this way. If your Stalker hasn't moved to over here or over here, somewhere where it can see around this big ledge, the Overlord can just fly away. And Dark, at this point, sees the Sentry there, sees the Stalker there. herO thinks his Stalker is stopping the Overlord from leaving the cliff. He's not. And he does check a few times, but then right after the last time where he checks, the Overlord just flies away, and he has no idea at all. This was really sloppy from herO. If he just hid the Sentry, the Overlord never would have left the high ground. He could have left the Stalker in the wall that entire time, and he could have hallucinated it at 75 energy and killed this Overlord. Despite this mistake, which was totally unnecessary, he goes 4 gateways, then a Robo, chrono boosts Warp Gate twice, so that he has 3 minutes 40, 4 gateways transform. And he just goes for Adepts, chronos a Prism, more Adepts. So he's got 2 Adepts, so he's built 4 units out of the gateway pre-Warp Gate. So it's been 1 chrono boost on the Stalker and then non-stop gateway production. And then he's just 4 Adepts, chrono that. And he's kind of got these intermittent gaps in probing. Remember that early on as well, actually. Remember, he did pull off gas, right? So check this out as well, guys. He actually pulls 2 workers off gas as his natural finishes. He says, I only need 4 guys on gas. This is basically just gateways. I've got enough gas for my Stalker and Sentry at the start of the build. Pull 2 guys off gas, get the natural going as quickly as possible. And he actually chrono boosts twice on the gateway to get 4 gateway units out in time. So it's 2 chronos on that. And did he chrono Warp Gate at all before this? Okay, maybe it was just the 1 chrono on Warp Gate to get 345 Warp Gate. He's going to chrono it at here. Boop. Yeah. So just 1 chrono on Warp Gate gets the job done. Okay. 2 chronos on the gateway, 1 chrono on the Warp Gate. Robo goes back to probing. When does he... And he resaturates the gases at about 3 minutes 30. He actually rallies them manually in there because he's super pro. Obviously, we could just pull 2 probes if we wanted to. But these are such minor adjustments. It's only if you're doing the absolute expert execution of the build would you do it this way. He's then going to send the Adepts across. And then I imagine as he moves out, he should be going gas, gas, Stargate, Stargate, right? So look, this is just a fake out. He's going to wait for 4 more Adepts. So he needs 400 minerals as the Warp Prism pops. So you see the Warp Prism pops, 400 minerals, 4 Adepts. Join the 6 that are already out. He shades them across. The Stalker and Sentry stay at home. He starts an Observer so that he can also pick off Creep Tombs, gas, gas. And then he'll need 300 minerals, 300 gas, and he can go Stargate, Stargate. That's a friggin' cool build, guys. And he just pumps Phoenix out behind it, knowing this is going to force lots of roaches, lots of lings, and then it's going to be a big surprise. The Phoenix are going to do damage as well. Yes, I'm taking my 3rd very late, but it's going to be really hard for him to deal with. and I can take a very delayed third, transition into a normal style. In this case, his idea of a normal style is to go disruptors with just stalkers, sentries, unupgraded units, mostly stalkers, and just try to keep hitting timing attacks. That's just herO doing herO things. And man, how bizarre is this, guys? It's a non-glaive Adepts timing. It's more Adepts than you'd normally hit with a crisp glaives build, but it's just there to distract and mess with the opponent and throw them off. This is super duper bizarre. Very, very cool stuff. GG, well played though. Dark tried to hang on. I think if we want to just have one last point in this post-game analysis, let's look at what did Dark do wrong to fall so behind against this style, guys. Because I thought he was so ahead at this stage, right? And I think the thing that he did is he just didn't have any scouting to appreciate how silly all-in herO's follow-up was, right? Because he deflected the Phoenix really quite well. You can see he's actually lost less resources than herO, kept transfusing Overlords and that sort of thing. But what ended up happening here is he didn't actually have any ability to get an Overseer in. So maybe sending this Overseer down the left of the map around these Phoenix and scouting would have been big. And the reason is there's no Forge and no Twilight Council. Now, he does put a Forge down, but no Twilight Council. So what you realize if you see this base is there's very early 7 gateways and disruptors building. And this third base is not really a full macro transition. So what's missing? Twilight Council is huge. It's game-changing because it means the gateway units are not going to scale well, number one. Number two, notice there's no lights on these Nexus, right? Notice there is no lights on these Nexus as well. If those lights aren't flashing, that means he's not building probes. You see, he just started building probes, now the lights are there. So if an Overseer did go through at any point here, Dark could have said, okay, whoa, I've gone 65 drones. This is incredibly greedy right now. I need to just focus on Roaches, Ravagers, and Zerglings and try to survive. I also think he wouldn't take this base. This base is really trash against Disruptor pushes because you're presenting it on the front pushing path. If you instead go for the top left as a 4th, this one as a 5th, and you're going to be going Ravager Ling heavy anyway against this sort of army because you don't want just Roaches. Roaches are good, but you actually want to go Ravager Ling heavy because the range and the speed of the Ravagers and Lings easier to dodge Disruptor shots, and you can bile down the Disruptors as well to actually kill them. So you actually would need a macro hatchery in that scenario. But instead, he's building Corruptors, which are entirely unnecessary. He's getting them because he's like, oh, cool, I can get rid of the Prism, make it go away. Oh, I can kill the Phoenix, why not? But they're so unnecessary, right? They're like bonus units just to stop the Phoenix being annoying. They don't stop the actual push on the ground at all, number one. And then he's going Infestation, and he's droning up to recover those 8 workers he lost, and then he tries to drone his 4th base as well. And if you look at Dark's map vision, guys, well, this is some real rookie map vision from Dark. Dark felt like, it's fine, I don't need Zergling spotters out there. And he doesn't even see the push moving out across the map. So Dark, normally such an awesome expert player, doing a few lazy F2s, pulling all of his Zergling spotters home, and just the fact that herO stayed so active with his army moving out, moving back, moving out, moving back to clear the Zerglings, meant that Dark was completely blindsided by this. He also did some very bad spreads versus the Disruptor shots, right? We already saw him losing a lot of drones up there, but we see, I think, 5 Ravagers die to a Disruptor here. So this really shouldn't have been a victory, but as always, it's herO's ability to surprise his opponents that get him so many victories. This one, Disruptor here, is game-changing. Check it. Very slow response from Dark. Oof. GG, well played though. herO, as always, winning in situations he shouldn't, and that's why we love watching him. GG, well played.